Okay, I'm hoping that this is my last video because it's almost 2 o'clock, or 2:30, or 3 o'clock. I don't know what time it is. Okay, my Thor alarm clearly didn't go off. So it's 2:47 on a Sunday. And I'm going to make this last video until later tonight because I'm going to post these after I make this video. That way I can cut those little lights off behind me. Alright, so in the last video I talked about not having enough black actors and writers and stuff like that, and every mixed role goes to The Rock. Alright, first and foremost, I'm not here to insult The Rock. I don't care. He's doing well. I applaud him. Alright, I just seen the video with him and Kevin Hart about to do Jumanji or whatever. I also seen a video with him in this movie called Rampage based on a video game. You guys aren't old enough to know that game. I'm sure The Rock and I know that game because I'm only a year younger than The Rock. Alright, so here we go. This video here is about being mixed. Straight up and down, this video is about being mixed. It is nothing else to this video outside of the fact of being mixed, and it may be a two-parter. Alright? So, where do we begin? Let's begin with my ancestral bloodline. On my dad's side, his mom and her mom before her were Cherokee Indian. His dad was black. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He was black. Alright? So my dad looked exceptionally black. And in those time frames when they were coming up, that's what his birth certificate said. That's what he is. My birth certificate says I'm black, so I'm black. No matter what applications I found out, I don't check other, I check black. Alright? So we got that out of the way. Now on my mom's side. Her dad's dad was a white man. Or his dad's mom was a white woman. I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. I'm pretty sure it was a black woman and a white man. But I don't know because when I was younger, he was as light as my mom. He looked like a white man with a tan. That's it. He had straight, stringy hair, all that. Now, he died when I was 6. So, I had 6 good years with him. That's pretty much all I can give you. Everything after that, my Uncle Doc died when I was 8. But all my uncles are light like me. Like up here light. Not like right here light. Or inner arm light. Anyway, my mom's mom is of Cherokee descent. Alright? So, she has a very interesting story. It's not my story to tell you. All you need to know is her ethnicity. Her nickname is Pocahontas, by the way. It is not her given name, but it is her nickname. We've always called her Pocahontas. We will call her Pocahontas as long as she's breathing, probably after she's breathing. But the long and short is, her nickname is Pocahontas. Alright, so I am Cherokee on both sides, black on both sides, and white on one side. I will never, ever, 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 as long as I live, be a white man. I know that, and now you guys know that. Now, if they made me up to be a white man, I don't know if I could pass, but, you know, it could happen. If they did to me like they did to Eddie Murphy, maybe. You know, I'm not getting my hopes up. But, you know, there you have it. Now, could I play a full-blooded Native American? Yes, I can. Why? Because most people don't think that I'm black. They either think I'm Mexican, Filipino, Samoan, etc., etc. And many a times in my lifetime, I have been bumped in on the street and they're like, oh, you're mixed. What are you mixed with if you don't mind me asking? No, I don't mind you asking. I'm actually happy and proud to tell you. I am part Cherokee, I am part black, and I am part white. So, I am a triple threat. I am a trifecta of mixed people. I am 100% fucking American-made mutt. Alright? I exist because of slavery. I exist because of reservations. I exist because of rape, probably. Why did I put it that way? Because the hardcore truth is, people who are mixed nowadays are probably mixed out of love, and people who were mixed before I existed and before my grandparents existed were probably mixed due to a rape or an unfortunate incident or soul into sexual trafficking and shit like that. Yeah, this shit's not something new. It's been around for quite some time. Most of us are just now being alerted to it. But here's the thing. If you aren't mixed, then this has never happened to you. And it probably never will. You will never have someone look at you when you fill out an application and ask you, why did you mark black? You don't look black to me. And then I would like, well, if this is a right to fire state, you can fire me if I put anything else in there other than black. Would I have to bring in my social security and my birth certificate, which it has the word Negro written on it? Because back then, you know, they didn't know how to categorize us, and they don't. They categorize us now as biracial. That's some shit that came out between the 90s and the 80s, so now it's on applications. But I can't go back and get my birth certificate legally changed to multicultural or biracial. So, for the sake of argument, my birth certificate says black. So, what do I check when I put in the application? Black. Now, I have put out plenty of applications where I write down the word black, and the person who's watching me fill out this application goes, "Are you sure you're black?" And then I would look at them and say, "Well, I kind of know what color I am." It's like, "You don't look black to me. You don't have black features." So I guess my 5 head doesn't count. But, okay, I have long curly hair. It's not straight, it's curly. It's straight because I put enough of this shit in there to make a landing strip for an airplane. It's straight because I put this baby oil in here. And working out pretty well so far. Now here's the thing. Being mixed, I heard this a lot growing up too. Ooh, mixed kids have such great hair to deal with and work with. You know why it's great to deal with and work with? Because it's not attached to your fucking head. That's why it's great to deal with. That's why it's great to work with. And some of us are blessed with gray hair. Some of us not so much. I guess it depends on the gene pool, and who has a stronger hair gene is what you're gonna get. Because all of my siblings, we have graciously okay to right hair. Not all of them, but a majority of them. You know, a lot of us got some decent hair. For the boy side, I pretty much have the best hair. Hands down, I have the best hair. I have curly hair. Everybody else's hair is curly, but it's not as curly. It's closer to black curly than white curly, where mine is straight up white curly. Alright? Now, some of the grandkids have great hair. All of them basically have great hair. Now, some of the great grandkids have great hair. And it just depends on what side of the spectrum you're on and what side of my family I'm speaking of. So, you know, gray hair is great hair. Doesn't matter, you know. You have gray hair, you have great hair. Now, for the family members who have the black people's hair, or Negro hair, where it gets kinked up. Well, guess what? This shit kinks up when it gets wet, too. Which goes back to why I use all that shit. Good hair is good hair. It doesn't matter if it's black hair, if it's white hair, if it's curly Native American hair, it's whatever. You know, I'm mixed. The hair shows it. You know, the facial features show it. I have had my incidences. Did I perm my hair? Yes, I did in my 20s. I permed it. I have not permed it since my 20s because when I started getting into the Army, they kept it off. And when I found out that in the Army, if I would have told them I was full-blooded Native American, I wouldn't have had to cut my hair. Damn, you learn something new every day, don't you? Anyway, because it's also against Native American traditions to chop off our hair. The story behind Native Americans getting their hair cut off, not the scalping, but getting their hair cut off, is the story of assimilation into white man society. Alright? My great-grandmother, Ada Wallace Ford, did not like short hair. She had long hair, from what I could remember. She kept it braided all the damn time, but she had long hair because it was part of the traditional Native American heritage. So when I initially had my long hair, not this, I had a ponytail that went to my shoulder blades. My ultimate goal is to get that back. So I'm not going to cut my hair until I'm 50. Might not cut it ever. I might grow the shit all the way to my ass. I don't know if that's humanly possible. I might not live that long. But, you know, for her and for my heritage, I'm growing my hair back. So, yeah, I have a 5 head. Alright? So, it is what it is. But I will say this. Sorry, gotta adjust this up. If you're not mixed, then you don't have to worry about having a cultural identity crisis. You don't have to worry about not celebrating things that don't affect you directly. So you can still enjoy Thanksgiving, and you can still enjoy Christmas, and you can still enjoy every other fucking holiday that is known on the American calendar. Now, if you're a Native American, on the other hand, you have holidays, and I don't get to enjoy them because they're not on the American calendar, and no one's come down from the Resi and said, hey, here's a calendar of these holidays, and you should be able to celebrate these, James, because you're part Cherokee. And as great as that would be, I don't know enough Cherokees to have that happen. Alright? I know a lot of Asian people. Chinese New Year's in February. I celebrate Chinese New Year. And I really didn't celebrate Chinese New Year until I found out that Native Americans are actually Asian. That really kicked me in the ass. By the way, Mexicans, you're actually Asian. If you're Mayan, Incan, and Aztec, you're actually Asian. You're also from Native American tribes. The only reason they don't really count you as Native Americans or Asians anymore is because you live in Mexico and down through Panama and down into South America. But that does not change the fact that you are Native American. And for those who don't know, Native Americans were in America at least 10,000 years before the white man decided to discover it. And before he decided to discover it, there was a Chinese guy who was on a boat who got lost, and therefore he came back home. And the same thing with Hawaiians, who were Polynesian. Yeah, they're still Asian. And they're just natives of Hawaii. But that does not change the fact that they're still Asian. So if you're a Polynesian descent, guess what? You're an Asian. Get over yourself. Anyway, you're not special. You're just Asian with a tan. No, I'm just fucking with you guys. You're still Asian, and you are special, but you're just like Native Americans. Only you're like more Samoan than Native American, with a little bit more tribal tattoos and shit. Now, I'm making this video not to offend people who are mixed, to broaden the horizon of the rest of the world that is not mixed, because I'm mixed. My family mostly celebrates black stuff. They don't really go into the Native American tribal shit. No, unless they count my family members who have tattoos. I don't do tattoos. I don't like pain. And if you've actually seen an actual tattoo, like how the Samoans do it versus how the white people do it, you want to go with the white people. It's a lot less painful. Alright? Now, here's the thing on that. Alright? There's no such thing as non-tribal people. Why did I say this? Because when the world was young, every person came from a tribe of people. Right? African people had tribal people. White people had tribal people. Asians had tribal people. Now, in their range of where they were when the world began, when it was all one continent and they split up and humans started branching out into meeting other people, eventually we were all going to come together. It was just a matter of fucking time. Now, time was what brought us together, and right here in this moment is what keeps us together in humanity. There really is only one race, the human race. Or should I say there's only one species, the human species. There are multiple races, but the human species is what counts. And as humans, we don't treat each other humanely. We all suffer from racism or prejudice, and no one wants to address this because it's a very touchy topic. Here's the thing. I'm mixed. Alright? I'm damn proud of my heritages. Until someone from one of my heritages decides to fuck up. Alright? And unfortunately, that's generally black people. Because, let me say this as raceless as possible. I'm kind of used to white people and Asian people's crazy. But also, they're not under the microscope as much as black people. And I say this because it's the truth. Black people, we are always going to be under the microscope. So this is going to be a two-parter. Just to give you guys a heads up. This is going to be a two-parter. I'm sorry. I'm going to start the two-parter in a New York minute.